Hey up, you little buggers. Welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. You're a one-stop shop for all things weird and spooky and creepy and kooky. All done with an ale or two. Sit back and relax, you little buggers.
Little buggers. Cheers, Seth. Welcome to Paralytic Activities Podcast. Neil, we're going to do something different tonight. Something we've only ever done once, I think. We're just going to go totally off the cuff. No script, no notes. Well, maybe a couple. No editing. Absolutely, positively, just ad-libbing. An old-fashioned banter. That's what we're going to do. We're still going to have a paranormal hour, well, kind of. And that's about it, Neil. We're just going to get on with the show like we haven't done for a while. What do you think about that?
Well, John, if it's good enough for Dale and Skinner, it's good enough for us.
Who?
For Dale and Skinner.
You know, there's
The Barretts.
I think the helicopter's going over. Jesus Christ.
We don't land on the roof.
You've paid your fine, are you?
Well, yeah. No, I ain't paid it yet.
Neil, how many fines have you had this week? Well,
Two.
last week.
2.
Do you know what? London, SHITOLE, shit all.
Look, tell you what, can lick my nads.
Look
Tell
at
you
what?
Lick me nads.
Well,
The mayor of London.
it's been a while, Neil.
He's a tosspot. Swear to God, I've had a £90 fine for a congestion charge.
Yeah.
And I've had another one come through for emissions charge. John, what the hell?
Text the piece, Neil.
I'm waiting for some more to come through. What else? What else is there, John?
I don't know.
Eating a Twix jar.
What was that?
Eating a Twix fine while I was stuck in traffic. You know what I mean?
Did you have a magic tree in your window? Yeah, because if you got a magic tree, Neil, you got to pay a charge on that and all.
Have you really?
I think you have, yeah.
Well, that's special branch charge.
Neil, beer, what we got?
Well, when I can get my words out, sorry about that.
Well, maybe you need to wet your whistle.
Let me whistle.
Wet your whistle,
Where
yeah.
does that come from, John?
I don't know, Neil. I think it's something. Well, every saying, you know, is there's like a background to it. It's like the one I found out the other day: a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Apparently, back in the old Wild West, boo-boo. They had lasers then, didn't they? They didn't have lasers in the old Wild West, Neil. If they didn't have money, they would use a bullet as payment to the old barkeep. So that's where it come with the saying: a shot of whiskey.
See, there's always something behind it, Anna John.
So Neil, wet your whistle. I've actually think, what would that mean? A wet your whistle. What would it mean?
Well, I really don't know. It's either somebody, I don't know, a referee that's got, wet mouth. I don't know, John. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just do not know.
Well, I'm gonna have to find that out because it's
Wet your whistle.
Wet your
It
whistle.
just don't make no sense. to me.
Actually, Neil, while you're doing the bit, I'm gonna have a chat.
Anyway.
I'm gonna Google it.
We have got Hazy Jane, don't keep me hanging on the line, which is Rod Stewart's favourite beer, John, from Brewdog. Hazy Jane.
Hey,
Jane.
here we go, Neil. I've got it. Just to like, butt in there. Wet your whistle. The expression is mostly used in formal context to mean to have a drink or to satisfy one's thirst. The drink in question is usually of the strong kind, alcohol, which is what you've got. It is also possible to say to wet one's beak.
Wet one's beak.
So there you go. Every weekend I visit the local pub to wet my whistle. Have some bloody that.
Wet one's beak. No, that don't make sense to me ever.
A beak, your mouth like a beak. Yeah.
Is that what the bird says?
wet your, oh, they do whistle as well, don't they?
I know they do.
You know what I mean?
5% Hazy Jane.
We've done Hazy Jane before, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we have, yeah. Rod Stewart's favourite ale,
Yeah.
by the way. And we've had it before, so I do know what it tastes like, John.
Actually, thinking about Rod Stewart, Neil, someone said something to me the other day. Do you know about the Labour Party and Keir Starmer has cut the pensions, the electric for the heating for the pension?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Apparently, even people like Rod Stewart still get it. They still get the allowance for eating and everything.
Why?
Because he's a pensioner. He still gets it. Multi-billionaire. I am sailing. Rod Stewart in his tartan blanket still gets the winter fuel. allowance.
Jesus Christ almighty. Well, John, it's got to be close to a billionaire.
Got a chance.
Oh, mind, he ain't even that good, is he? Do you think about
And
it?
he ain't even sexy either, Neil,
No,
is
he
he?
ain't.
So
He wears
do-
the same bloody
Rod,
trousers.
do I think you're sexy? I
No.
bloody don't.
Who did he used to give it for? John? Penny Lancaster.
Penny Lancaster.
Oh, Penny Lancaster.
We went to Lancaster the other week. We went to the Lake District.
Well,
There was there, though.
yeah, I'm sure it was her. And you know, he's been going around forever, eh? Oh, Rod Stewart.
He has, yeah.
You know, he was 60 when I was a kid. You know, we're all sailing and all that shit.
Yeah, I don't think he was 60. He just looks 60. He's like
No.
Benjamin Button,
I
but
know.
without looking younger, he looks old.
He was more sailing than Jay McDonald.
He makes Keith Richard look like a teenager.
No, he does. But he's still giving me, eh?
I think he needs to wrap up, Neil. Jesus
He's
Christ.
another one, eh? Keith Richards, Sean.
Keith Richards?
You know what he did?
What?
You know, he snorted his own dad's ashes. What's all that about, John?
Don't know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe he thought he's like, was going to bring him a bit more youth. Maybe that's what he's still there bopping along.
Maybe. I don't know. He said I've done it for a laugh.
Maybe
How can you do
get,
that,
Get
John?
yourself down the creme, Neil.
I know. I know this bloke has snorted his nan's ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, snorted half a nan.
That's pathetic. Neil, get on with the beer before you
John, I've already
before
done
you
the
come out with
beer.
any more crap bloody
I've
jokes.
already done the beer, John.
Yeah, but what did you say? Ale scale? Did you do that as well?
Oh, what?
The ale scale?
I ain't done the house scale.
Oh,
You ain't give me a chance.
Well,
have
Alex,
you?
you haven't done it then, have you?
Talking about Rod Stewart, John, and everything, you keep butting in.
No, Neil, at the end of the day, we're off the cuff now. We're
No,
banter. Well, there you
no,
go.
it's 5%. This is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, John. I love it. You know what's good about it? It's
I
all-
bloody all right, Kevin
it's
Keegan.
ice cold. Ice cold.
All right, Bruno Mars.
See, this is the longest ale thing I've ever done in my life. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4.8 out of 5.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, John, ice cold. Beautiful drink. Really
Yeah.
is nice.
It is a nice
And
drink.
it's
Daisy
5%.
Jane.
It's got a bit of a kick to it.
And do you know what,
I mean?
Neil? 5% is probably the perfect percentage. Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
think
not
so
too
as well.
strong, and it's got some.
It's got-
It's got some
Lovely,
oomph
man.
to it. A bit of
I love
oomph.
that.
Bit of oomph.
Well done, Brewdog.
Do you know what I've got, Neil? I have got Dead Man Fingers,
What about the drink?
Barlex,
The drink.
Passion Fruit, Dead Man Fingers, Passion Fruit rum, Neil. That's what I've got. I bloody
Yeah.
love it.
You pour it into a pint glass.
Well, I'm just going to taste it, Neil. That's all. What I mean?
Take it out the can.
Just leave me alone. Just leave me a bloody alone.
Anyway,
Anyway, so that's the paranormal hour out the bloody way.
that was a long time, that was, John.
It
The
was,
longest
yeah.
one we've ever done.
Orange, what you bloody hell been up to? What you been up to?
You don't want to know what I've been up to, Johnny boy.
Well, I do, Neil. That's why I asked.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Well,
What you been up to?
we had a cracking weekend, David John.
We did.
You invited some friends down, David John.
Yeah, we went down to the cafe of the Metro.
And we went to the GLD 11 of the Bot L.
Right. Let me just put that in plain English for everybody, for our American audience.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
All right, Seb.
How you doing, Seb? All right. The ye old leathern and bottle. It's our old people. It's actually called Bottle and not
Yeah,
bottle.
Bot L.
1510.
15:10. Oh, we got there for quarter to 4, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No,
And-
it was built in 1510.
Well, we're
Hold
there,
a shout.
there he was in the snug. Me
Yeah.
and Jacko waiting for him here. And then out the window, a car pulls up. Who gets out the car, John? Kev Kerr, Mark Boner,
Uh-huh.
and Lorien of the Jones.
Yes.
They've got out there. I'll tell you what, when in Jurassic Park when he's got his sunglasses on and this is this is the T-Rex. Oh no, not the T-Rex, what's the other one, John? This is the first
The brachiosaur.
yeah, this is the first
One
dinosaur.
with the big long
And
neck.
he takes his glasses off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Kev Kerr was like looking
Yeah.
at the sign
That
for
was
the leather and ball.
like a Liverpool fan looking at Jordan Henderson with his big long
Honestly.
neck.
He took his glasses off in slow motion. I watched him.
Yeah.
And it was actually like a scene from Top Gun, John.
Well, you just said it was Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Neil,
but
make mine up.
type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
He
mean.
got out looking like Tom Cruise, and then all of a sudden he turned into Jurassic Park.
It started looking like Tom Cruise, and 2 hours in Cafe Metro, it was like Tom Booze.
I tell you.
Like Tom O'Connor, didn't he? About
I know.
10 o'clock.
And then we went to Cafe Metro. We seen like a blues band.
Yeah.
That like, you know, I don't know if everybody's been to a blues night, but one song lasts about 30, 40 minutes.
Never stopped, did it, Neil?
John, I've done 3 songs all night.
The saxophone player turned blue at one stage.
Guitar. And then
Could have done with wetting his whistle.
And then them 3 went to the Gifford Arms, is
The
it?
Gifford Arms in Wolverhampton.
In Wolverhampton.
Which is also haunted, Neil, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a video, John, of them dancing on the stage, and they look like, I thought it was busted tribute, I did.
Well, funny enough, Mark's busted his hip.
I'm telling you, honestly, it was a really, really good night, and we really enjoyed it.
It was nice for, met the effort, come down, stop over,
Yeah.
get absolutely legless,
Yeah.
and have a good laugh and put kind of the paranormal world to rights. If
And
you know what I mean.
the old Chili Northerner gave us some of his nice sauce, hot sauce.
Yeah.
They put no labels on it now, so I can't, tell you what it was, but it was absolutely bloody fantastic. I've been drinking it, John.
Habanero.
I've only got a bit left. I've had it on everything. My Kellogg's,
Habanero.
my banana. I've had it on everything.
Habanero, Neil. Habanero, chili, and pineapple.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You could taste the pineapple, and you could taste mango, I think, in it.
Yeah. So anyway, did you enjoy your kind of your autumn trip to the Lake District?
I loved it, John. It was a nice little break, I really wanted to go fishing, John. I did.
Yeah.
Took my fishing stuff with me,
Yeah.
My little rod and
Rod Stewart come along.
little rod,
Little Rod.
with his tartan trousers on.
His tartan blankets in his flask.
And I thought, yeah, I need this, man. I need a nice, relaxing few hours. So there we was fishing on the lake, and apparently they took nearly all the fish out of me, so we've been there 3 hours. What how bad looks that, John?
Neil, I caught a tree.
I know you caught a tree, John.
That was it.
And then the next day we found a little lake over the road, which is connected to the one we was on.
Yeah.
And it's got bream, John.
Yeah.
It's got carp.
Oh.
It's got pike.
Oh.
It's got sand. It's got everything in here.
Neil, there was definitely tension there because I saw the tense bubbles.
Yeah, John, not more attention.
I was fishing in the margins for 3 hours. 3 hours. And Jackie Painter said, yeah, it's all sorted. We paid for it. And then all of a sudden, coming through the distance.
Yeah.
One of the lake bailiff turned up there in his 18 van.
He comes over, he goes, hello, have you paid? Have I paid what? I bought a license, £7.
Was that B.A. Baracus?
Yeah, it was like, have you paid? I went, no. He goes, well, I'm bailiff. My name's Peter. I've caught every fish in this lake. I have 150,000 of them.
150,000 fish I caught in this bloody lake here.
Yeah.
And the last carp I caught was 35 pounds. It was bigger than me.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it in my van.
And he says, well, I was Pete, we ain't got no we got no money on us. Do you need a card?
Yeah.
He was 81. He went, no, don't do card. Where are you staying over the road?
Did
Number
he turn
12.
Indian halfway through then?
Yeah, number 12 over the road, Lakeside. Tell you what you do, you get an envelope, put Pete Bailiff on it, and put £21 in it and put it on reception. All right, then, Pete, I'm a nice person. I ain't going to rip nobody off.
I said,
So-
bollocks to him.
I was having
It could have been anybody, Neil. He had no badge. He had no identification. He had nothing. Could have been anybody.
Well, I was having palpitations. So I keep saying to John, we ain't put no money in the envelope for people, but you better do it before we go.
Neil, I had the money already. When we was going to go home the next day, I was
Yeah.
going to post it through his letterbox.
All of a sudden, we're having a game of Yahtzee on our outside our digs.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, Yahtzee, wasn't it?
Yahtzee. Neil.
Yahtzee, then, John, you stop correcting me.
I stopped getting things wrong.
Yahtzee, fucking whatever. Anyway,
You're rolling the wrong dice. You are the way
This-
you're going.
all of a sudden, we've seen this 18 van going in and out the shallies. Raving Mad Murdoch. Raving Mad Murdoch's hunting us down, John. And I went, I'm sure that's about it.
Cigar smoke.
Honest to God, he only found us. He got out. He got up, come for me, £21.
Come for his bastard 21 quid.
You know.
Jesus Christ, desperate are you, mate?
I know. He told me he's a quarter of a millionaire. He told me.
We never have a fucking bite at the fucking lake.
Well,
I want a refund, thank you very much.
Honestly, God, we don't have a bite. I'm sure there's no fish in there, either.
There's got to be fish in there now. We just don't fucking catch one.
John, we don't get nowhere near catching one.
It was anyway. But the trip itself was good. We went. It was like a haunted road trip.
Yeah.
I had it planned. Was going to the Crafty Bar in Lake Windermere. What do you think of Crafty Bar? It was really good, wasn't it?
It was really good. It was a bit stuffy, I thought.
What do you mean stuffy?
It was like claustrophobic.
Yeah, because it that's the way it comes. Because there's that many artifacts in this place, all over the shop, and there's an haunted room, and there's skeletons, and it's just a fascinating. It's like you can never run out of things to talk about when you're sat in there having a beer. But Neil, the beers were fantastic.
It was, yeah,
absolutely. We only had two, so they had like a beer list, an ale board of about 40 beers. You know what I mean? That'd have been someday.
Oh yeah, but I only had one, didn't I?
Yeah, I had a delirium red, 8%. It was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved it. It's up there in my top 3 beers of all time.
Very good.
Yeah,
but lovely
strawberries
place.
and wild berries, beautiful.
Like Windermere, really nice place, isn't it, John?
Yeah.
I'd actually like Windermere though.
No, we never got down that far. We had
Never
to go
went
down the hill. But we also went to a rectory, an old ruin, didn't we? Right by where our kind of cabin was. Wharton Rectory. That was nice.
It was nice looking at that rectory, John.
Yeah. Couldn't find any paranormal history of the place. So whether there's any spooks or ghouls there, I don't know. But then we went to the Kirsten Pass Hill.
Oh yeah,
the Kirsten, right into the mountains of the Lake District, up at Ambleside, and it's kind of a tourist attraction because where the pub is like the views are fantastic of all the hills and all that, and looking down to the lake at Lake Windermere, absolutely fantastic. But it were fucking shut, closed down, been closed for a year. Couldn't believe it because it's supposed to be so haunted, this place. So many people have died there, and I really wanted to get in it, but I couldn't get in it because it's been shut for a year. Hopefully it'll reopen, but you never bloody know, do you, Neil?
You never
And
know.
if it does, I'm giving back. I can tell you that.
But it was worth going. Even the drive there was worth going. Up them mountains, John. Jesus Christ.
It was
God knows what it's
spectacular.
What's going to be like in the bad weather up there. No way to me driving up there in the bad weather, Johnny boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. You have one car at a time, another car coming the other way, you're knackered.
I know.
Simple as that.
And then we came back, didn't we, Neil? And then we was invited. Well, we were already invited to go on another podcast called Over. Is it called Over the Other Side?
Over the other side, ain't he?
Over the Other Side.
Yeah.
With Kieran and Matt.
Yeah.
Absolutely fan-bloody-tastic.
I tell you what a great setup they've got, John.
The setup is amazing.
The both lads are really good lads, really are. Nice
Fantastic.
people.
So welcoming.
Yeah.
And we had a right good old laugh. We had a paranormal banter at its best. And we had them both in stitches, and they had us in stitches as well, didn't they?
Yeah. It was just a stitches night, wasn't it, John?
It was, yeah. It was. It was a fantastic podcast, fantastic setup, fantastic lads, fantastic banter. It doesn't get better than that.
It don't, John.
So,
and when we walked in, that cottage pie, where his missus was been cooking, smelled fantastic, day, John.
It smelled fantastic down it. But we go check them out. Go and check them out on YouTube. Over the Other Side podcast.
Yeah.
They're quite new to the podcast game, but I tell you what, they're fantastic, really good. Go and check them out. And I think ours is on October the 8th, isn't it? Now?
6th.
Is it the 6th? So yeah, I will be promoting that, and no doubt Kieran will be promoting the shit out of it as well to get the old algorithm going. So fantastic. Go and check them out. Over the Other Side, fantastic podcast. Theo, do you know it's nearly been a year since we went to Bronwy Garth?
Was he?
Yeah, in the old hospital in near Snowdon.
Oh yeah.
Snowdonia. Do you remember it, Neil?
Oh, I do remember it, John.
Remember the drive back as well?
I was driving, John. Yeah, I do.
How scary was that? Pitch black, driving around a mountain's edge.
I tell you what, on the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
You know.
We went to the Golden Fleece Inn, didn't we?
that what it was?
It was called the Golden Fleecing. So I said, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully Jason and the Argonauts are going to pop in,
Yeah,
but they never did. We had a nice Snowdonia ale, there
we did, yeah.
Yeah. Brewed from Welsh mountain water.
Beautiful.
Only 3.6 though, Neil.
Well,
A nice session ale there. Lemon, peaches, and citrus. Absolutely bloody fantastic. But Neil, what did you think of the hospital? Now, a lot of people have investigated this hospital, and they've got their own views on it. Neil, what are your views on the
my
hospital?
views on the hospital. Well, for one, I was pretty excited because I've never ever done an hospital before, John. You never get allowed.
Well, you've been in one, have you?
I've been in one, John. Come on. But I've never been one that's been derelict. Well,
Yeah.
What we thought, John, was derelict.
It was? Was derelict?
I know, John, bro. You know.
Oh, right. You're at the spooks.
Yes. But it was freezing cold. No wonder they all fucking people were dying in there.
It was
Fucking
pissing
hell.
freezing. I mean, good thing about it though, Neil, there was loads of little nooks and crannies, dark corridors, loads of wards and this, that, and the other. But there's loads of old equipment there,
Yeah, there was,
old
yeah.
wheelchairs and old
Yeah.
beds and all that kind of stuff, which gives it that fantastic, creepy atmosphere.
I was absolutely knackered by the end of it.
Yeah.
Pushing yellow birds all night.
Room for one more.
You know, like Lou and Andy.
Anyway, Neil, I've written down what it's supposed to say in Wales, in Welsh. Sorry, Neil, can you pronounce that? Here we go.
John, I'm struggling to get my words out tonight anyway. I don't know tomorrow, man. Penrhyn Hood the Wraith. Gwynedd, can you say it orange?
You don't have to say that, you dickhead. So yeah, it's called a Penrhyn Wyndraith in Gwynedd, something like that. I can't speak Welsh, Neil.
What a mad language that is, John.
Crazy. It looks like someone's been playing Scrabble,
Yeah.
got loads of jumbled up letters, and just put it
Yeah.
on the old slate, and there you go. There's a Welsh word right there.
That's just mad, eh?
It is crazy. It is crazy, Neil. So Neil, anyway, do you know we wasn't going? I've actually just thrown this on him because we just thought we were going to do a banter show and just talk about shit and what we've been up to and this, that, and the other. Neil, orange spills the juice.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you was talking about in the pub the other day?
Which one, John?
Narrows it down, don't he?
We talked about a lot of things, Johnny boy.
But you've been in a lot of pubs and all, haven't you?
Yeah.
In the last week.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what pub it is, Neil. Pub, it's a story. What I want you to tell people about it. What happened to you when you was in your teens, was you?
I was about
All them years ago.
I was about 20,
Yeah.
19, 20. And one day I was playing football down Bescot Walsall Football Club on the AstroTurf.
Oh,
And I started getting like little lumps coming the side.
Neil, I haven't even told people what it is yet.
Well then, John, come on.
It's supposed to be a surprise, Neil. Well,
Well,
it
then.
is a surprise because he's only just read what I wrote down. So, Neil, this is the blister incident.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers and the listeners on the podcast about your blister incident.
Well, what it was, and what it was, right? All of a sudden, when I went to bed, right, I started. It's like somebody got a voodoo doll on me, John. Right? There was. Oh, you're laughing at? I had like somebody was like sticking in stuff all over my body, like a pricks. Not them pricks.
It sounds like a normal Friday night, Neil.
John, it won't fucking laughing matter, right? And I'll be going, yeah, I'm changing into like
A
a
normal
werewolf.
Friday night, Neil.
Horrible, John. All of a sudden, I start coming out in little lumps all over my body. You know, it was like little solid red lumps.
Was it more like a scene at a Gremlins? When
Yeah,
the water
it
was
was
on
horrible.
Gizmo.
And after about, I'll be there, like my body start burning up, like, you know, and I'll levitate above the bed.
Was Mrs. Deagle coming round to see you?
Anyway, about after an hour and a half, it just went back to normal. Like all the lumps had gone, and so anyway, there was happening every night. So what I had to do, I had to get wet towels and put them over my body while I was trying to sleep. But it wasn't really working. But it stopped my body burning up, and it got worse and worse and worse. And I was panicking, man, really bad.
I can imagine.
There was one time I was playing down Besker Football Club, Warsaw Football Club on the AstroTurf, and it started. I was playing. I got itching my side in. I got a lump, then another lump, another. I was like, fuck! And it was like solid blisters, John, and it was horrible. And when I got home, it all got into one blister, but it was like a lump. It was like the lump on an Hunchback's back, but on the side of me. And it was just like, I'd never seen nothing like it. My dad rushed me to the hospital. And by the time they'd seen me, he'd gone down, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Right.
Maybe the seatbelt sorted that out.
Well. And there's one time I went to Alton Towers with my mates, and the top of my foot started itching.
Is that when you was on the teacups?
No, John. You stop butting in, please. Just I'm trying to tell the serious story here. And the top of my foot started itching. Next thing you know, I had a big lump on the top of my foot, like I got a club foot. I'm supposed to walk around Alton Towers when I can't even put my shoe on, John. And you ask Alan Stafford, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
The top of my foot was just a solid lump, and it's that irritating. You know, when your feet itch and you get a chock between your feet, you're very athlete's foot. It's that type of itching. It's horrible, John. And I'll get like prickly ears will have my body, and I'm like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. I've never.
So you was Alton Towers, right?
Yeah.
And your foot had swelled up.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I had to squeeze my foot into me shoe, take all the laces out. You know, like a mongoloid.
In your eye tops.
Yeah. And it's no good on Nemesis, you know what I mean, when you're flying around.
Might do it some good.
And there was one time as well when I went to a rave, and I come back from the rave around my mate's flat. And all I did was hit my head. I was sitting on the floor. He had like a wooden chair. And I hit my head on the top of the chair, John. Like, I could feel my head just expanding. Well, another head was growing, John. So I went, I'm going to get out, I'm going to go. And I went home.
A bit like when Jerry the Mouse used to hit Tom on the head with a mallet.
Yeah. 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 But John, that's exactly what it was like. And I'm there, like, rubbing it, like, you know what I mean? And then I went to bed, and I'm panicking out. So I had a bit of a rough night as well. And I had to tell my mum and dad, like, and to come in the room, and my head was just, I looked like an alien. The head. It was like another an head on my hat, like, head on my hat.
And another head on your head.
Another head on my head. Yeah. And so they found the emergency doctor. This is the last thing I needed when I was wasted, John, from the day.
I was still off your tits.
Come on, John. Don't do that sort of stuff. Anyway, I was a bit wrecked.
No, it's his name.
I know, yeah.
Is it a rave?
I was a bit wrecked. And all the family come round, John. All of them, the Stanfields, the doctors, Dr. Leg, fucking...
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Doctor and the medics.
Doctor and the medics. Fucking hell, John. And the day before, I've been paintballing.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, admit, I think you're allergic to grass.
Is that your Yorkshire accent again?
Yeah. He goes, I think you're allergic to grass. I goes, I don't smoke grass.
Allergic to grass?
I don't smoke grass. And that's what he put it down to. Because I've been paintballing, I've been in the woods and all that crap. Nah, nothing to do with grass, John. Anyway, this went on for a year, and I was in a state, John, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And then one day, when we used to have like the News of the World, you know, the Sunday magazine, Dr. Hilary Jones.
Did you come round as well?
No, it probably did. And I read this like, headline, something to do with this disease that only 1 in like 6 million people get. Right.
And you had to get it.
And I fucking got it, John. And it's exactly what was happening to me. And they said this lasts for about a year. If people have actually done themselves in average, John, because it's that bad, and it was that bad. And after a year, John, it went and never come back. Honestly.
What did they call it?
I don't know. Everything used to swell up, John.
Yeah.
Everything. And I mean everything. Like,
even your gonads.
John, everything, man. Fucking corn on the cob. The one day looked like corn on the knob. Yeah, honestly, it was vile, and I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And I've never really told this story, you know, but that was a long, long time ago.
That's how unlucky he is, people. He gets a disease when only 1 in a million can have.
John, 6 million.
6 million, sorry. And that's how unlucky he is, people. So that was the blister incident.
The blister incident.
So what did they call it? There's got to be a name for it.
I
No,
know
that
that.
was it. Penry handing Balagath Gwynedd. Wasn't that was it?
Gwynedd.
Anyway, going back to the Bronwyn Garth now. Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got a video on YouTube if you want to go and check it out. Nothing paranormal happened at all, did it really?
No.
It was spooky as shit. Don't get me wrong. We had a cracking night with Russ Bevan and the lads, and whoever else was there. Jolly Jackson, Gary Fields, all you know, the usual. That was all there. But anything paranormal happened, Neil?
Not that I know to, John.
No. Zilch, nada, note, nothing. Would I go back? Do you know what? I don't think I would.
It's a long way to go.
It's a long
John.
way to go in a freezing cold building for shit all to happen, if you know what I mean.
I'll tell you what, John, there was no traffic.
There's Neil, sheep can't drive.
John, honestly, there was no traffic whatsoever. And I seen about, obviously, a farmer on a tractor. And he was shouting, "It's the end of the world!" I think it was Farmageddon. Yeah. But
Anyway, just saying hello, Neil.
yeah, oh,
You're right.
oh,
Hello.
you're right.
Hello, October.
Yeah.
Welcome. It's been a while. Glad to see you back. I love October, Neil. I love autumn. I love the fall. I love all that kind of shit, Neil. But it's the build up to Halloween. Build up to Halloween, Neil. So I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
So if you could turn into a Halloween horror character by putting on the costume, who would you dress up as?
Who would I dress up as an Halloween character?
Yeah, or anything to do with horror. Do you know what I mean? What, you know, for Halloween, you're into a Halloween party, you're dressing up as a character. You know what I mean? Everyone dresses up as a character, but you're going to turn into that character. Yeah. Who are you dressing up as?
I'd like to dress up. Was the one with you got a pumpkin as an head?
Oh, a pumpkin as a head.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen one. Got a pumpkin as an head.
There is a film where this thing's got a pumpkin as a head, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I like. Because Halloween, big orange pumpkin, like going back to my roots. You know what I mean?
And when you're done with it, Neil, you can actually cut yourself up, make yourself a nice pumpkin and bacon soup, and a nice pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everyone's a winner, people. Everyone is a bloody winner.
That's exactly what I'd be.
Yeah. So, Neil, this is my favourite time of year. October, love it. Did you know why autumn is called the fall in America, Neil? Did you know?
Everything falls.
Explain why is it called the fall?
All the branches off the trees fall, all the leaves fall.
Correctamundo, Neil. Is a gold star. Have
Yes.
that. So it's because everything falls off the trees, basically. That's why it's called the fall. Golden leaves, Neil. Pumpkins, dark ale, roaring fires, fog, mist, horror films, hot soup, toasted marshmallows, toffee apples, etc., etc.
You missed one thing, Johnny boy, because when I was a kid, right, I used to love dresses and stuffing up some trousers in pipe. Well, we had pipe in them days, not straw. Make a guy in a wheelbarrow and wheel him around and try and get some money. But round where we lived, they used to have a bulletproof vest on.
Stab vest.
And we used to call it penny for the Barry guy.
Did he ever go to you? No. help my fork is haunted. Penny for the Barry guy. Write that down now. We'll use that one again.
That one. We've got a month.
So I used to love Penny for the Guy around October time, Halloween, bonfire night and all that. So people who don't know Penny for the Guy Fawkes, you make a doll out of whatever you want, slap him in a wheelbarrow, wheel him round the street, and beg people for money, a penny for the guy.
Penny for the
You know.
guy.
And anybody give us a 10 pence or 20 pence or
Yeah.
50 pence, or even a pound note back in them days. You know,
It's great.
happy days, Neil.
You know what's so good about it as well, John?
What?
You can smell the smoke in the air.
You could.
Smell the smoke in the air, the coldness, the smoke. And you used to go into the shop and you go, can I have a 10 pence mix, please? And now they used to give all these great sweets you used to get back in the day.
Is that when you used to go, can I have a 10p mix? And they go, yeah. And you go, how much is that?
Yeah, exactly.
How much is that?
Exactly. Well, this year, John, I thought I'm going to make my own sweets. So, John, I used to do it before, John.
What making your own sweets?
Yeah, I used to do it before, right?
Here we
I used to
go.
get these tubes full of candy, and when the trick-or-treaters come round, I used to give them, like, it don't usually cost that much.
Mhm.
But I forgot how to make them. So I'm going to have to go on a refresher course.
Yeah, but going back to like penny for the guy, Neil, me and my muckers, we used to hang outside the pubs. We weren't stupid. We knew exactly we was going to get more money that way. There's a pub boys called the Brown Lion. Shit hole now, closed down for years.
John got raided the other week.
Did he?
Yeah, ganja plants. Damn, it's called the Brown Lion.
Exactly. And the Four Horseshoes now, which is another pub, which closed down. Jesus Christ.
Massive as well, John, them pubs, Sam.
An absolutely massive, old as shit.
Brilliant pub.
Brilliant
Shall we
pub.
boil up? Shall we chip in or what?
Nearly it's right opposite a temple.
Oh, shit.
You ain't going to get nowhere, are you?
Yeah.
So, so I used to hang around these pubs and they're waiting for one person who'd come out absolutely leathered, stinking of Banks's mild. Neil, it's only our older brother, tit for tat, our pat.
What, and they give you some money?
Neil, they used to give us anything. You used to give us a fiver.
Whatever.
Neil,
You're joking.
they'd come out swagging, staggering and swagging outside the Four Horseshoes.
You're swinging.
with his double denim, his Dr. Martens, and his pullover jumper, Neil, his polo neck up to his neck, you know, and his mullet looking like Kevin Keegan, you know, and you come out steaming drunk. With a penny for the guy, you go, what the pissing are you pissing around with? And he give us a fiver, Neil.
Yeah.
Back in them days,
Yeah, it's changed.
back in them days, that'd be about 100 quid, wouldn't it?
Oh, my,
Well, maybe not a fiver, but it'd probably be a pound. Because obviously back in the day, kids, this is a little history lesson for you. Pounds were in paper form.
It was, yeah.
Back in the day, it was a pound note. So it maybe give us a pound note or something like that. Or we always used to wait for the drunks to come out the pub because we get more money that way now. Do you know what I mean? Remember them times?
I do remember them times, John. You know, still the same nowadays.
Yeah. But like every time I think about Halloween, Neil, like I say, it's my favourite time of year. Remember people carve pumpkins?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's disgusting, that is, John.
Or in America, jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah. Stop it, John.
Neil, when you got a
So
burp,
unprofessional. It's
When-
unbelievable.
when you got a burp, you got a burp.
No, John.
You can't keep it in, Neil. In
Come
church or chapel,
You know
let the
what?
windows rattle.
I'll tell you what,
That's
right?
my motto.
I'll get knackered for saying the C word on the show, right? I'd rather say the C word than hear him here doing the frog chorus. Swear to God. I
Anyway,
think he's so unprofessional.
Neil. So anyway, we never used to have pumpkins back in the 80s because the fruit and veg shop wouldn't have them, but they're nearly too
No,
expensive. So my mum used to buy us Swedes.
Yeah.
Now Swede would run a stew. Well, we used to have to try and carve a face out of this rock hard Swede, Neil.
It never used to work.
Never
John.
going to work, Neil. You know what I mean? You couldn't get through one with a chainsaw.
John,
Don't know about a butter knife.
the one day I was on Halloween, right? I was trying to carve this Swede, right, John? And I was still carving it on Christmas Day. And that was my Christmas present.
Was it?
And I just wrapped it back up.
But it's like me and a couple of my friends. We used to get these sweets, put a candle in them, you know, and walk around the streets, you know, holding these jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins, whatever you want to call them. Even that was a Swede, and because everyone in the street used to have a fire, don't they?
Yeah.
Everyone had a fire in our street, so you can imagine you could just about see in front of you, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It was that foggy with smog.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're bumping into cars, bumping into bloody lampposts, falling over steps and this, that, and the other. And I don't mean like H and Claire and them. I mean like the steps on a pavement. But by us, there was an alley, and next to the alley, a guy we used to call him Mad Horace. And he used to always chase us everywhere, Neil.
Yeah.
He was off his fruit, wasn't he? He was an absolute nutcase.
John, we thought he was a nutcase. But you look back now, if you had kids knocking your door constantly,
Yeah.
and every time you went out the house shouting stuff at you and throwing stuff, and that, you'd be a mad, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, I can see that now. But he'd chase us for 2 hours.
I know.
I think he just wanted to get out of the house, to be honest. He actually loved it. You know what I
I
mean?
think he did. I think I'm going for a jog. I'm going to chase some kids down the road.
At one time, he used to drive a crane,
He did,
and he
yeah.
chased us with a crane. He did it down the road because there weren't that many cars on the road back then. But there's an alley, Neil, and I remember there was me, Martin, and Jace, and we had these carved out Swedes. You know, you could smell them like dog farts because the candles were burning the Swede.
I like the smell of them.
We just like the smell of dog farts here.
Sometimes.
And down the alleyway now, we could see a silhouette of a man standing in the middle.
well, Freddie Mercury, was it?
Now, Neil, we thought it was Mad Horace. He just stood there. He looked like Michael Bloody Myers. You know what I mean? Did we go down there, Neil? Did we, heck?
Pussy!
No.
Pussy!
Faggot. No, we don't, Neil. No, too scary. No, we won't have it, none of that. But he used to chase us everywhere, eh?
He did.
We terrorised him. He used to knock his door, throw stink bombs through his letterbox, all that kind of stuff. Play Red Apple and I'd be on the fence.
But I do think he used to get up on it, John.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do, because he put glue in my dad's locker, didn't he?
In my dad's locker?
My dad's lock to his garage.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He blamed me. He goes, if your son can mess around, I can mess around.
Yeah.
So my dad, he was like Tackleberry from Police Academy.
Yeah.
He put his army gear on, painted, get some boot polish on his eyes, and hid in the privet for the whole night opposite his own garage to see if Mad Horace had come and put some super glue in his lock. He never did.
Tackleberry.
I reckon my dad said he was going to do that, Neil. And he pissed off down Plate Working Men's Club. So he'd tell me, Mum.
Looking back, John, I can't see my dad doing that. Seriously.
Well, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Well, I think he was fibbing.
Anyway, Neil, do you remember Ghost Alley?
I do remember Ghost Alley.
Ghost Alley was by us, right? It's a famous place in Warsaw. We had to go across a green bridge. And you come to this alley, which was like zigzag, like that.
Yeah.
So you walk around one zigzag, you don't know who's behind you or in front of you. So it went like that.
Obviously, you can't see around the corner. When you look back, you can't see around that corner.
And it was like high walls either side, and the one side was the graveyard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we used to call it Ghost Alley because a lot of people had loads of like ghost stories about the place. Do you know what, Neil? We've never investigated it, have we?
No.
Never investigated.
And it's creepy as shit.
It is creepy as shit. And do you know why we ain't investigating, Neil? In case there's loads of crackheads down there.
Well, John, about last year I went on my bike.
Yeah.
In the day, coming from Warsaw, and I thought I'll go down Ghost Alley, sod it. I'm brave. I mean, it don't bother me. So I'm doing here the zigzag. And I took a wrong turning, John, for some reason.
Can you take a wrong turning?
Was it out there now? More, it's all different.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I ended up in these woods, right? And there was all glue bags on the floor and cans of gas. I thought, oh, God.
Jesus, here we go.
Yeah.
They've been there since the 80s.
I know, oh, yeah. And so I soon got on my bike and shot away.
Skedaddled.
I did.
But yet, Neil, I love October. I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to Halloween, I still used to take my daughter trick-or-treating. You know what I mean?
Mm. You know
I still do it now.
Now it really balls my piss, John.
My balls your piss now.
Well, people I work with, John.
Yeah.
And I ain't mentioning no names, Russell Jones.
Russell Jones.
Yes, I'm not mentioning no names.
Yeah.
He does it just to wind me up. You know what he's put on the radio, John? And I threatened to walk out.
Christmas songs.
Christmas FM.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, there he was. John.
What the hell was that? The Pogues. Can you sing it properly for our American audience? You're right, Seb.
Right, Seb. The Pogues, Fairy Tale in New York, John.
All right, yeah.
And I had a shiver up my spine.
In October?
John, in September this was. Wasn't even October, John. It was last week. Christmas songs are on. Yay!
Bollocks.
You shit box.
Bollocks.
Telling you now. I've done 2 Christmas songs, 3 Christmas songs, and he never listened to one of them. Know what I mean? Well, he
Yeah.
probably did, but he did now likes something from Facebook. I'm slagging you off now, Russell. Don't give a fuck. Right. And now he wants to listen to Christmas songs in September. It's all wrong, mate. Get spooky season out the way first.
Yeah.
I'm not like an humbug or nothing, but you know,
I like an humbug.
But I do like Christmas. Don't get me wrong; it does me head in sometimes. But I do like Christmas. I like all the songs and all the happiness and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But not in September, John.
No, not in
It's
September,
wrong.
people. It's wrong. Stop it right now. Stop it. Ain't never been none of
Get me
that.
rant out the way.
Right, talking about Ghost Alley now. Do you hear about the story about Ghost Alley?
Yeah.
About the old man who sits on the bridge.
Yeah.
On the green ball. There's a story going around Walsall about an old man and his dog. He used to sit on the bridge and dangle his legs off the bridge, and people used to see him at night. They'd be walking through there at night, go across the green bridge, straight into Pleck. They go, there's an old man and a dog.
Let's stop me there, John.
Sat on the bridge.
There's the bridge there. No.
I know that. I know, Neil. The bridge out there. The bloody hell's that got to do with this story?
You sat on the bridge?
He probably is still sat there, Neil, if he's a ghost.
Probably is.
Levitating.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Get the Warrens down there. They'll soon sort it out. So the story goes that people used to see this man on the bridge with his dog, even late at night. What the pissing hell's he doing here? You know what I mean? And like 3 or 4 people have told me the same story, but these people don't even know each other. Now, apparently, as the story goes, this was a ghost. Because under the bridge, a hobo, a tramp, was found dead under the bridge. And when they done the autopsy, they found a dog in his belly. So he'd ate his dog. He was that hungry.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And so that's where the story of the man who sits on the bridge. Now, someone told me, I don't know where I was. I think I was camping at Scott Westwood's house. And his mum told me the story. And then about a month later, someone else's mum, who don't know Scott's mum, told me the same story. God knows. But Ghost Alley, it was freaky shit back in the day, wasn't it?
I wouldn't like to go down there now, John. I'll be honest with you.
No, definitely not.
It's how the dead that bother me.
It's the bloody living. Crackheads.
It's a
Dirty
living.
goddamn crackheads.
Yeah. Three drunken drivers.
So, Halloween and that, Neil, horror films. Love me horror, as people well know, as we do flick the screen. But, Neil, I've got a little Ask Orange for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a little Ask Orange for you. 80s horror films.
Right.
So I'm just going to reel off the first 2. And you tell me which one you prefer.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Go on, then.
Here we go. Halloween or The Lost Boys?
Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys or Nightmare on Elm Street?
I do like Nightmare on Elm Street, but when you watch it back now, it seems very tacky. When I watch The Lost Boys back now, it still seems cool as fuck. So, got to be The Lost Boys.
Lost Boys. Lost Boys or Beetlejuice?
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys or American Werewolf in London?
Oh, for God's sake.
I know they should stump him somewhere.
Oh, that's an old one, man.
Slaughtered Lambs right behind you, Neil.
I know.
Lost Boys in the corner over there, look.
I know.
There we go. There's the
It's
Lost.
my face!
There's American Werewolf.
Yeah. That's such an odd one, but Lost Boys just pips it.
The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys or The Fly starring Jeff
Oh,
Goldblum.
The Lost Boys all day.
The Lost Boys or the original Steven Spielberg classic Poltergeist?
Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys or the cult classic The Evil Dead?
Lost Boys.
And your final one for Ask Orange, The Lost Boys or Return of the Living Dead?
Math.
Do you want to party? It's party time. Send more cops.
Send more paramedics.
Brains. It makes the pain go away.
the second one when he dressed as Michael Jackson.
Nah, fuck that
And
one. The original's the best.
You know that would been electrocuted.
I know, yeah.
Funny. Lost Boys, John.
The Lost Boys. There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Keep checking the tablets. The horse's mouth. The Lost Boys is Neil's favourite 80s horror. So there you bloody go.
It's not that horror, though, is it, John? That's what I love. It's such a good film.
Well, it is. It's vampires, Neil.
It is
There's
horror,
a bit of gore in it,
you know.
but it's a horror comedy, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just cool, man. I love it, man. I do.
And do you know what, Neil? I watched it the other day, and they bought it out in 4K, so it's clear as a bell. The colour in the film, especially when they're on the fair and going around the carousel, it just pops. It pops out at you. It's absolutely bloody fantastic.
Tell you why I've gone for the Lost Boys, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the way it's set and where it's set, and the film script, and the actors, and the music, the film music, all the
the soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's it. The soundtrack is absolutely fantastic, and I think the vampires are the most coolest motherfucking vampires you will ever see in any film.
With any film.
And I think it's just, I just love the film, John, ever since I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Well, I have thought a lot about this, Neil. To me, The Lost Boys is nearly a perfect film.
Yeah.
The start, the middle, the end, the acting, the cast, the way it looks, the soundtrack is probably, to me, the best movie soundtrack of all time. That's just my opinion. Just banger after banger after banger.
Hey, we're a banger.
And obviously it's got star in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Heard in 4K, Neil. Do you know what I mean? But it's nearly perfect. There's only a couple of things what let it down. If you made it just a little bit more darker, had a bit more gore, yeah. And there's a couple of things in the film where you think that don't need to be in it.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
Like the stupid fucking kite.
I don't.
You know what I mean? And little bits like that, you know, it would have been a 10 out of 10. But I think I would give it a good 8.5 out of 10.
A what?
8.5.
8.5.
It's that, Neil. That's a great score for a film.
For you, yeah.
It's a great score, Neil.
In Barry Norman, yeah.
Pushing on a 9. It's that bloody good. Do you know what I mean? It is nearly perfect. Sam, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, all of it.
When that came out, Neil, it was original.
Yeah.
When Wes Craven bought out Nightmare on Elm Street, when I first watched it with Lee Parks, and he shit himself, Red Stapper shit himself, and Neil, original film.
But it stunk in that house, Dave.
It did, yeah. It did. American Werewolf, Neil. Where can you go with that?
Oh God!
I'd love to actually go deep into American Werewolf because I remember watching. For me, it's one of the best starts of a film ever. It's up there with, for a horror film anyway. Day of the Dead, Saving Private Ryan. I love the start of American Werewolf. I must have watched the start and then turned it off when David wakes up on the moors and he's got Brian Glover and Rick Mayall standing over him.
Yeah,
you know, I must have watched that intro 200 times. 200 times.
Well,
absolutely fantastic.
I keep saying when I go to the Waitress film, you know,
yeah, we can do.
The pub is now.
No, the pub ain't there now.
It's a restaurant now, ain't it?
Now the pub's in London.
It's on to the restaurant.
Yeah, the pub is in London. The pub is in London. It was filmed in Wales.
I know that, John. I've Googled this.
So where do you want to go? You want to go to Wales or do you want to go to London?
Wales, then the pub.
It's a jaunt, Neil. You said you'll never drive to London again.
Well,
did you or did you not?
I did, but you can drive this time. Yeah.
Anyway, Neil, I forgot we got a couple of comments from the last show. Quickly, Neil, quickly. Paul Walton says, I don't really like eating really hot stuff. Not since I made my behind look like the flag of Japan. Obviously, in our video of the Lake District, Jackie Boy, old Cactus Jack, he'd done a 1 chip challenge, a hot challenge. Neil, what was that?
Piece of cake.
Basic Alex, you couldn't even fucking have a little crumb. It was hot. It was too hot. It was
ridiculous.
It was painful. You know, the Mothman's back.
Is he?
The Mothman is back, and he sent me a message saying the Kirkstone Pass Inn was shut both times when they went up to Ambleside. Jack, he said, I bet Jack suffered the next day. So glad you went into the crafty bar. It's definitely a top spot for a few hours, Neil, it is. And then our good friend, Cherry Fizz, she just said a message, simple as this. We are literally crying, laughing here because you two are so funny. That was the last podcast. Annabelle, true or a load of bollocks. Now, if you haven't watched it and you want to know our verdict on the Annabelle doll, go and bloody check it out on all podcast sites or on YouTube. Just go on, do it now. Go and check. Turn this one off, then go and check it out because it's a bloody hoot. And if Cherry Fizz said they're laughing their tits off, you know, what can you say about that, Neil?
That's a lovely comment.
It is. But this is our last thing I just want to kind of ask you about, Neil. Do you remember horror films in the 80s? Halloween in the 80s? Do you remember a little film, which actually the remake is coming out? I don't know if it's going to be a series, but I think it will be a series because when Salem's Lot came out in the 70s or the 80s, it was a 3-part series. Salem's Lot, Neil. Remember when I showed you a clip when you was a kid? And the clip is when the little boy's in the bedroom and there's all fog up the window in his bedroom. And you see this little kid floating towards the window like this. And he's got red eyes and vampire teeth. He's scratching at the window like this. Scratching. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, people, that night, because we used to have bunk beds. He was on the bottom, I was on the top. And the bunk bed was right up against the window. So Neil was in bed trying to get some sleep. I'm on the top bed, giggling to me like, I'm going to shit him up now. And I just go and scratch the window. Neil I go, John, can you stop messing around? Say me, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep. He's talking asleep then as well.
I was light sleeping and I heard you speak. And then again, John, you're scaring me. Will you stop doing that? It's not the little kid on Salem's Lot. Neil, will you shut up? I'm trying to get to school in the morning. And all of a sudden, I hear Neil go. Even when he was 7, he still snored.
Well, mate, John, I was asleep.
Then I'd tap on the window. He started blarting, crying, and run off into my mum's bed.
Oh, the shit, John.
And I bet he's never watched Salem's Lot since.
That one minute, that was that little kid getting into my mum's bed, John. It was not me.
It was you, Neil.
It was not.
Every damn night.
Oh, the shit.
Anyway, Neil, that wraps it up. Any last words?
Not really. Imagine us having, being, paranormal investigators that we are now, John. Imagine us having them beds now.
Can you say that again?
That's a good job. We want paranormal investigators then, John.
Thank you.
Oh, we'd have debunked beds, wouldn't
We would have debunked beds, yeah. And on that bombshell there, people, we're going to end the show. And, nice little banter there. No script, no editing, no nothing.
Yeah,
nice little chat like you do down the pub. I quite enjoyed that. So, Neil, this is goes out to all you alien twitchers, you cryptid stalkers, you horror junkies, or you ghost catchers. Yeah. If you are out investigating the paranormal this weekend and you don't get any spirits, just do what we do. What do we do, Neil?
Oh, drink them instead.
We drink them instead. Will you see you lot in 2 weeks or something like that? Here's a little music to play you out.